Hi guys, I'm back. I'm so excited to be back. I even have my little furry friend Mascot here, who I'm actually thinking now that you might not be able to see because he blends into the sofa. I'm so sorry there's been such a long pause between videos. I have basically been putting all my energy into getting my book out, but now it's out. The aim is to have one of these videos being released every Friday. So today's flow is very much a power flow. It's the flow I love if I've got loads of energy and I just want to move. As always, please keep checking in with the body. Don't work into pain. If something's painful, ease off or just stop. And if you feel like your form is being compromised, then take it down a level. I'll try and give different levels throughout the class, but it's always better to take it down a notch and have really good form than compromise the form and run the risk of injuring yourself. So we're going to start down in Shavasana on our mat. When you're ready, come down into a lying position. Your feet either side of the mat, let the feet hang heavy. Bring your palms facing towards the ceiling, hands away from you, fingers curl in naturally. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, let it out through the mouth. One more time, just like that. Inhale. Exhale, release it through the mouth. Then start to breathe in and out through the nose if that feels comfortable. You want to feel your belly rising. Sending the breath all the way to the chest, your ribs moving frontwards, backwards to the sides, and then all the way up to lift the collarbones very slightly, and exhale, let it all release. You can even bring one hand onto the belly, one hand onto the heart. Inhale, belly rises, chest rises, all the way to the base of the throat. As you exhale, feel everything melt back to your midline. Continuing to breathe in exactly the same way. This 3-part breath is amazing for lowering any anxiety and really grounding you into the present moment, bringing you back to the now. Every time your mind wanders, bring it back to the room using your breath. Breath is so integral to a yoga practice. In my opinion, as long as we're breathing and moving, that is yoga. 2 more breaths. Inhaling. Exhale. Longest exhale you've taken today. One more time, just like that. Inhale. Exhale, release. Keeping the eyes closed, to start to bring some movement back into the body. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Maybe stretch your arms over your head, your toes away from you. And bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. And then straighten your legs right back down. Bring your hands in front of you. Keep the eyes closed. Rub your palms together really fast. Create some heat between the palms. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands flat onto your heart. Set an intention for your practice today. Even if it's something as small as trying one new thing, because maybe you will surprise yourself. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. Take a smile. Then squeeze your right knee in towards your chest. Give it a hug. Squeeze your left knee in. Give that a hug. Rock from side to side. Release the lower back. Then you're going to bring your knees over your hips. Your hands by your sides. Your shins are parallel. You're going to exhale. Dip your right toe down to the ground. Your core is really strong, so keep hugging your navel to spine and lifting the pelvic floor as you move. Exhale, you dip the toe down. Inhale, you bring it back up. Keep moving with the breath. There's going to be a little gap underneath your back, between your back and the floor, and that's absolutely fine. You want to keep that gap the same distance the whole time you're moving. Keep the core really strong. From here, exhale, either stay what we were doing or dip the heel down, straighten that leg. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower heel dips. Inhale, back up. Have a little peek at your abdominals. Are your abdominals nice and flat? Are you managing to keep the engagement? If you're seeing a little doming shape or a coning of your stomach, then go back to the level 1 exercise. If you're still seeing the coning, then drop one foot on the floor. Keep moving with your breath. Hopefully you're feeling the fire in your belly straight away, starting with a bang. 2 more on each side. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. One more time. Exhale, lower. Core strong. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Drop your left foot to the floor, flex the foot. Squeeze the right knee in towards your chest. Bring it in towards that right shoulder. Then stretch the right toes up towards the ceiling and start to take some big circles with that foot. Exhaling down, inhaling up. It doesn't matter which direction you go first, we'll do both directions. Remember that gap between your back and the floor, keep it the same distance. Move slowly and mindfully. Changing direction, exhale, inhale up. Sometimes our body likes to move fast to kind of cheat, but actually when we slow down, it makes it so much harder. We're forced to use the right muscles. Then slowly bend through that knee, bring that right foot in towards your right shoulder. Hold it here. Push your left heel away from you. You're bypassing your ribs, so your knee is going a little bit more diagonal than straight towards you. Then take that right knee with your left hand, twisting over towards the left. Your gaze comes over towards the right. Maybe cactus that right arm or have it out like a T. Breathe. Inhale all the way through center. Squeeze the left knee in. Release the right heel down towards the mat. Push the heel away from you. Flex the foot. Straighten that left leg. Start to take those circles. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Keep that core really strong. Again, you can have a little peek. And if you find this too hard, I should have said this the other side, sorry, you can bend the knee. Inhaling up, exhaling down. One more time. Exhale. Inhale back up. Squeeze that left knee towards the left shoulder. Push that right heel away from you. Breathe. Take your left knee with your right hand, twist it over towards the right. Your gaze comes towards the left. Inhale all the way up through center. Both knees come up now. Squeeze them in. Take your hands behind the back of your thighs. Start to take some little rock and rolls backwards and forwards. Maybe take 3, 4, 5 until you finally come all the way up. Roll over the knees and come up into a tabletop position. So your wrists are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. Your core is nice and strong. So let's think about our foundations in this pose. We can really cruise in our poses. I can turn off my tummy, turn off my arms, and yeah, this is easy. But actually, let's actually work in all our poses and make them really hard and make this next kind of 50 minutes or so really fiery. So push your hands into the floor, pull your shoulder blades away from your spine, keep your shoulders lovely and stable. Hug the navel into spine, a little bit like you're zipping up into your jeans. Lift the pelvic floor. Inhale, arch the spine, gaze forward, cow pose. Exhale, round the back, keep pushing the hands into the mat, pull the shoulder blades away from the spine. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, round the back. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Coming back up through neutral. Finding that core engagement. Inhale, lift your right fingertips. Next, inhale, lift your left toes. Imagine them squeezing you in opposite directions, pulling your hand, your foot. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, open your arm, your leg out to the side. Exhale together. Inhale, lengthen again, opposite directions. Exhale, crunch. Inhale to the side. Exhale together. Inhale in front. Exhale together. Inhale to the side. exhale together. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to the side. As you exhale, bring your right hand down, keep that left leg lifted. So your legs kind of at 90 degrees and out to the side. Your knees kind of in line with your hips. Take 10 pulses here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then kick that left heel away from you. You want it in front, so you're using your glute medius, your hip muscle, rather than your hip flexors. So keep that foot to the side, keep holding it here, keep breathing, keep kicking away. Exhale, slowly drop that knee down. Inhale, straight away, your right arm lifts. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread the needle. One more time. Inhale, open to the side. Exhale, thread it through, hold it here. Close the eyes, come back to the breath like we did at the beginning. Maybe creep those left fingertips forward, coming onto kind of Spider-Man hands, stretching through your arm, your back. And breathe. One more deep breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Next, inhale, slowly bring yourself all the way back to center, to tabletop. Tuck the knees. Exhale, engage the core. Lift the knees and inch off the mat. Keep pushing the floor away. Either stay here or maybe inhale, lift that right leg behind you. Keep the body really strong. Keep the pelvis nice and stable. Shoulders square. Breathe. One more breath. You've got this. Exhale. Drop the knees. Creep the fingertips forward. Melt the heart towards the floor, puppy pose. So your hips are over your knees. You're pushing your hands into the floor, squeezing your shoulder blades towards each other, breathing your chest towards the ground. Exhale, slowly creep the hands back towards your body. Into your tabletop pose again. 3 more cat-cows. Inhale, arch the back, gaze forward. Exhale, round, push the floor away. Maybe take this up a notch, maybe tuck the toes like those knee lifts we did, and lift the knees. Then inhale, open the heart, gaze forward, see how this changes, see how this feels different. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, keeping the knees lifted. And one more, exhale, round the back. Drop the knees. Find that core engagement once again. Then as you inhale, lift your left arm. Hold it here. Next, inhale, lift your right leg. Toes and fingertip pulling away from each other. Exhale, knee to elbow crunch. Inhale, out to the side. Exhale, together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Keep the core really strong. Your pelvis is going to want to kind of start tipping all over the place. So keep that deep abdominal muscle, your TRA. Keep it really strong. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. And that's the feeling of hugging your navel to spine or zipping up into those paragenes. One more time. Inhale, exhale together, Inhale, open. Then drop the left hand, keeping that right knee raised. Push equally through the hands and take those 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay as you are, you know where this is going. Kick that leg and kick towards the dog. Gazing forwards, hold it here. Your foot wants to be kind of in line with your hip, not behind your body. Keep the core really strong, keep breathing. Exhale, slowly drop the knee. Straight away, inhale, left arm opens. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread it through. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread it through. Hold it here, tiptoe the fingertips forward. Spider-Man hand, stretching through the arm, through the back. And breathe. Sometimes when we start to move dynamically, the hardest part is actually slowing the breath back down. And kind of quietening it as well. That's really tricky when we get really out of breath. And you try and inhale, coming back up, and you try and quieten the breath. That was really hard. Coming into tabletop pose. Tuck the toes, core really strong, hands pushing into the ground, lift the knees. Either stay here or inhale, lift that left leg. I don't mind what you do with your toes, point your foot, flex your foot, but just make sure you send energy through that leg and squeeze the bum. Breathe, and exhale, slowly drop the knees. Coming back this time, sending the hips down low, coming into child's pose. Maybe knees together, knees apart, arms in front, arms behind, not fussy. Just take 5 deep breaths here. Again, as we did at the beginning, trying to extend each breath a little bit longer. Calm the body, calm the mind before we start moving again. When you're ready, creep your hands forward, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pushing the hands into the earth. You want to kind of feeling externally rotating your upper arms. Keep your shoulders really nice and stable. This is not what you want to do. You don't want to push your body so much in towards you that you end up extending from your shoulders, because that's not safe from your shoulders. So keep your shoulders really strong. And if you need a bend in your knees, that's fine. Maybe pedal the feet, swing the hips. Do whatever you feel like your body needs in our first downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left fingertips, bring them towards the right thigh, shin or ankle, and peer under that right armpit, taking a twist. And keep the hips nice and square. Keep pushing the ground away through the right hand. Exhale, drop the left hand. Inhale, pick up the right hand. Twist. Breathe. Exhale, drop the hand. Tiptoe the feet forward, one by one. Coming to the top of your mat. Feet a hip distance apart. Knees nice and bent. Having a little rock from side to side, maybe grabbing each elbow, coming into Ragdoll Pose. Take a moment. Check in, how's the body feeling? Maybe come back to that intention that you set at the start of practice. Next, exhale, drop the hands. Next, inhale, roll all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head comes up last. Bring your toes together. Your heels slightly apart. Pick up your toes. Put them down onto the mat one by one. Push through. Imagine you've got 4 corners of each foot. My words have gone. Push through the whole of your foot into the ground. Lift your kneecaps. Gentle squeeze of the bum. Engage the core. Stand straight through your spine. Shoulders back and down. This is hard. When we actually stand in mountain pose and really think about our body, engage through our body, it's not easy. So from here, inhale, fingertips rise, gazing up. Exhale, slowly float forward. Use the core to come down with control. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Inhale, halfway lift, go forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Hold it here. Think about those foundations again. Push the hands into the ground. Pull the shoulder blades away from your spine. Breathe, gaze forward. Gentle squeeze of the bum, really engage that core. Exhale, drop the knees, elbows in, your chest, your chin comes down to the mat, core strong. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, open the heart forward, push the tops of the feet into the floor. Exhale, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe. So throughout all the vinyasas in this class, always the option to drop the knees and always the option to completely miss them out. You know your body best, so really check in and listen. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Inhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up, fingertips touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. I'm going to mix up a few of the vinyasas in class today. We get so used to doing a vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Keep listening, I'm going to mix them up. Inhale, fingertips rise. Exhale, fold forward, strong core, hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank pose, hold it again. Really feel like your whole body body shaking. Squeeze your hands in towards each other, turn on the chest muscles, push the floor away, engage the core. Exhale, dropping knees to chin or chaturanga with control slowly. Inhale, upward facing dog, hold it here. Push the floor away, squeeze the bum, breathing the hips forward. Exhale, come back onto the toes, come back to chaturanga. Inhale, push back up, plank pose, downward facing dog. Breathe. Send the hip bones up towards the sky, push the ground away. Think about that external rotation of your upper arms, getting your shoulders really nice and stable. Give the head a shake, yes. Give it a shake, no. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Inhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, fingertips touch, strong core. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, fingertips rise. Exhale, float forward. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back. Come through chaturanga, hold it at the bottom. How long can you hold it? Push the floor away, squeeze the bum, keep the core nice and strong. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring your knee to your right tricep, hold it here. Exhale, drop it down, right wrist. Bring it over left wrist. Inhale, bring it up left tricep, then send it back, three-legged dog. Inhale, forward, three-legged plank. Exhale, take a three-legged chaturanga if you can. Inhale, upward facing dog, both feet down. Exhale, hips to the sky, use your core, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Hold it here. Exhale, left wrist. Bring it across right wrist. Inhale, right tricep. Then send it back up, three-legged dog. Inhale, forward, three-legged plank. Can you take a three-legged chaturanga? Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. As you inhale in your downward facing dog, think about the ribs on the back of your body. Breathe them up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Inhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, fingertips touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close the eyes and breathe. Blink your eyes open, your toes are touching, your heels very slightly apart. Inhale, sweep the arms up, bend into the knees, sit into your chair. Gaze between the hands, squeeze the knees together. Either hold it here or maybe come up onto your tippy toes. Keep squeezing the knees together. Then as you exhale, float the body forward with control and your heels come down last. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, push back up plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring your knee towards your chest. Hold it here, push the ground away. Very slowly, to a count of 3, we're going to drop our foot. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, coming up, high lunge. Ground down through that right foot. Really turn on your right glute. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Find stability. Then exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Hinge the fingertips forward until you can go no more. Then lift those left fingers. I've run out of space. Your arms are in front of you, or you can bring them out to the side like me. Warrior 3. Keep squaring that left hip down. Send energy through that left leg. Exhale. Back into your high lunge with control. Straight away, your left hand comes down. You inhale the right arm up into a twist. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. As you exhale, keeping the legs as they are in kind of high lunge legs, bring your right hand down and inhale your left arm up. Awkward twist. Keep squeezing your inner thighs in towards each other for stability. And breathe. Core is really strong. Exhale, your left hand down again. Then if you can, either stay here in this twist or step your right foot to meet your left. Always the option to drop this left knee. You want to push this left hand into the ground and lift the waist towards the ceiling. Then we're going to take 10 pulses. So 10, make sure your hips aren't rolling backwards. They're stacked on top of each other and you can feel it in the side of your hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Exhale, drop the right hand, come back into your plank pose. Hold it here. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot rises. Exhale, step it forward. In, whoa, actually, no. Step it back, hug the knee into your chest. Hold it here. Lowering down the foot for 3, 2, 1. Nearly got away with that. Inhale, coming back up. Things like that maybe seem boring, or truth be told, they're really hard, but it has made such a wonder to my strength building to do really strong movements like that, to really make the movement last as long as my breath. So from your high lunge, exhale, lengthen forwards, hinging from the hips, coming up into your warrior 3. Square the hips. Push through that left foot, really turn on your side glute muscles. Energize that right leg behind you. Exhale, drop the foot, hands come up. Straight away, your right hand comes down. Inhale, the left fingertips up, twist. Squeeze the inner thighs in towards each other, you're on your back toes. Next, exhale, drop your left hand. Inhale, your right arm up, awkward twist. Keep squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. Keep breathing. Exhale, right hand releases, either coming back into that twist or stepping your feet on top of each other into side plank pose. Keep pushing the ground away. And again, option to always drop that knee. Taking 10 pulses here. Keep the top hip stacked, or even a little bit in front. Make sure you can really feel it on the side muscles of your hip. 3, 2, 1. Sorry, I think we did more than 10. Exhale, the left hand down, coming back into your plank pose. Next, exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Taking a little bit of a breath, a little bit of a rest. When you're ready, bringing your fingertips or your hands underneath your shoulders. Push the tops of your feet into the mat, lift the kneecaps, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, roll the shoulders, open the heart, cobra pose. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, lower. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, lower. This time, try not to use any hands. Inhale, heart opens. You can't go as high, and I can't do it when I'm talking. But hold it here. Keep breathing. Squeeze the shoulders together and down. Keep pushing the tops of the feet into the floor. And exhale. Slowly release all the way down. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale out through the mouth. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, release. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Come onto your toes or your knees. Option to come onto the knees. We're going to push back up into plank pose to a count of 3. So always option to come up into kneeling plank instead. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Send the hips back, downward facing dog. Then creep your hands back towards your feet. Your feet are hip distance apart. Take hold of your peace fingers and take hold of your big toes with your peace fingers and thumbs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forwards over the toes. Each inhale, opportunity to lengthen the spine a little bit more. Each exhale, keep hugging that lower belly up and in, holding a tiny bit more. I've got a really nice bend in my hamstring and my knees at the moment because I'm rehabbing my hamstring at the moment. Be really careful of our hamstrings. In yoga, we stretch them so much. It's good to strengthen them too, and we will do that at the end of class today. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, creep the fingertips forward, come back into your downward facing dog. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Inhale, step or jump to the front of the mat along the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming up, sweep into your chair. Hold it here. Keep squeezing the knees. Maybe you can sit down a little bit lower. Make sure you're feeling this in your bum. Sometimes our quads like to take all the work, so sit back a little bit more. Maybe inhale onto our toes. And actually, let's exhale and sit the hips all the way down to the floor. Try not to use your hands. Inhale, lift the legs, come into half boat. Again, peek down at the abs. Are your abs doning? If they are, bring your hands to your thighs or maybe your feet onto the floor. Or maybe you bring your arms out to the front and maybe even straighten your legs. Exhale, bring your heels in towards your body, toes together, and try and see if you can inhale back into your chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pull out the hands, step or jump back, plank pose. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. As I said that, I wanted to correct myself. So I'm going to come back to my halfway lift here. One thing I see a lot in classes is people jumping into plank. You should never jump into plank. If you want to jump into chaturanga. So you want to jump with your elbows slightly bent and lowering down through your chaturanga like this. So you exhale, hop the feet back, and you lower with bent elbows. It protects your joints. Inhale, right leg lifts. Hold it here. Three-legged dog. We want it in three-legged dog, or open our hip. It's kind of easier. Close that hip, square the hips. Point the toes away from you. Energize through the leg. Squeeze the bum. Exhale, knee into chest. Step the foot forward. Inhale, take that twist. Exhale, wimble the hands up and come into your warrior two. For the next pose, please grab a block if you need one. If you don't have a block, a book. You're going to inhale, reach forward. Reach, reach, reach. Then bring your right fingertips down towards the ground or onto a block or a book. Pick up those left toes, half moon pose. Open the body out to the left, stepping the shoulders, the hips, really opening up. Maybe you want to test your core. Can you lift your fingertips off the mat? Exhale, back into warrior two, sorry. So we count to 3, 2, 1. Use your core. Lovely. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, lengthen forwards. Fingertips come down, left foot lifts. Half moon pose. Try and use your strength as much as you can instead of using momentum. Then as you exhale, you're going to come down to warrior two to a count of 5 this time. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, forearm to thigh or hand to the floor. Extended side angle. Breathe here. Roll that left shoulder back, left hip open. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, float the hand down, left hand comes down. Inhale, right arm up, twisting. Breathe. Exhale, pull out the right hand, kick that left foot back. Three-legged dog. This time, bend the knee and do open the hip. Either stay here, squaring through the shoulders, or kick those toes all the way over with control and send the hips high into your wild thing. Breathing the chest open, holding it here, pushing the ground away, squeeze the bum, open the heart. Exhale slowly with control. Come back into your three-legged dog. Then send that right knee all the way over towards your left tricep. Can you lift your left hand? Can you kick that right foot out? Option to have it on the floor. Bring the arms overhead into fallen triangle. If you want to try lifting the foot, really squeeze. Imagine you're squeezing your hip into a socket, your leg into the hip socket, sorry. Exhale, left hand comes down, right foot back, three-legged dog. Inhale forward, three-legged plank. Exhale, maybe lower, three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Exhale, actually, everyone drop the knees. Coming into a child's pose. Breathe the heart down. Hands forward, or maybe hands resting. So from your child's pose, keep the fingertips forward, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Straight away, inhale, lift that left leg. Hold it here. Square the hips, push the ground away. Squeeze the bum. This should be hard. You shouldn't be cruising here. You shouldn't think, oh God, this is easy. Make it harder. Push the floor away. Squeeze that bum. Engage the core. Exhale. Bring that left knee in towards your chest. Step the foot forward. Straight away, inhale the left arm up. Twist. Push through that right hand. Magnetize your left fingers towards the ceiling. Inhale. Windmill the arms. Open out. Warrior two. So your front foot's facing forward. Your back foot's parallel to the edge of your mat. Imagine someone's pulling you through your fingertips. Then inhale, hinge the body forward. Your left fingertips come down to the mat or a block or a book. Lift your right arm up. If you struggle to balance, you can bring your right hand to your right hip. Really open out through the body. Energize through that back leg. And as we did on the other side, maybe try, I've lost it on this side, and lift the fingers from the mat. Lowering down to warrior two with 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do it again. So set up your strong warrior two, push through the feet. Inhale, creep the fingertips forward and down towards the ground or a block. Stack those shoulders, open the hip. Open up through the body, strong body. Coming down this time to a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm sorry, I cheated. I'm just going to bit out loud, I'm sorry. Hopefully you guys didn't at home. Push through the feet. Inhale, coming back into your reverse warrior, strong core. Exhale, hand to the forearm or to the floor. Hand to the thigh even, or to the floor, opening out through that right shoulder, through the right hip. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands down, right hand comes to the floor. Take it back to that twist. Squeeze the inner thighs in towards each other, strong core. Exhale, drop the left hand, kick that left foot back. Three-legged dog. This time, bend that knee, open the hip. Push evenly through both hands. Really open out. Either stay here or exhale, drop your toes all the way around. Inhale, breathe the chest up. Squeeze the glutes. Whew. Wild thing. One more breath, then exhale, plant the hands. Coming back into your three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right tricep. Can you lift your right hand? Can you kick that foot forward? Again, option to bring it to the floor. Fallen triangle. Breathe. Push the ground away. Keep the core really strong, the waist lifting. Exhale. Drop the right hand. Send the left foot high, three-legged dog. Bring the body forward, three-legged plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open the heart, gaze forward. Exhale, hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. This time, walk your fingertips back towards your feet. And we're going to come into Padahastasana. So bring your whole hand underneath your feet. Your knees can be really nice and bent. Your toes are tickling your wrists, your palms are facing up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Again, I've got a nice big bend in my knees. And if you always do this with straight legs, I always say in my classes, try bending your knees. Glue your chest to your thighs. Notice how that feels different. We get so stuck doing the same things, it's really, really good to change it up sometimes, to keep our bodies guessing. Inhale, release the feet, walk the hands forward. Exhale, straight away, bend the knees, gaze forward. Inhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, long spine. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way back up into your chair. And exhale, we're going to sit the hips down again. All the way back into boat pose. This time, everyone coming into half boat. Again, the option's there to have your hands on the thighs. I just want you to roll your shoulders back, open the heart, keep the spine long. Either stay here or exhale, round the back, push the lower back towards the ground into low boat. Inhale, use the core, come up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. As much control as you can. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. This time we're going to hold. Exhale. Check in with the core. Are you doming? If you are, come up. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Everyone release back to the mat. Squeeze the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. When you've regulated your breathing, come back into your body, bring your hands to the back of your thighs. As we did at the start, take those little rock and rolls all the way up to a seated position. You're going to bring your heels in towards your body, and we're going to play around with mobility, because it's great to be strong, it's great to be flexible, but if we can't get up without using our hands from the floor, then, you know, that can be a problem. It's really good to work on mobility. Bring your heels in towards you. I think it's easiest the closer they are in towards you. Bring your hands out to the sides. You can use your hands during this if you need to, but make it the last option. Really push yourself. Gonna inhale, lift the sit bones off the mat, coming into a little squat. And as you exhale, you're gonna bring your knees as slowly as you can, using your core, down to the mat. Your hands can do whatever they want. Mine came behind because it kind of counterweights, it helps. Then inhale, slowly lift them with control, and come back onto your feet. Keep moving with your breath, with control. Knees come down, knees come back up. I'm not doing a very good example here. Let's try a couple more. Knees slowly come down, use the core, and exhale. Slowly sit back on the heels. One more time. Inhale, exhale, sit back. And then on your next exhale, send your hips up and come into a Ragdoll Pose. Little sway, side to side. Drop the hands. Next inhale rolls you all the way up. Head comes up last. We're going to come down onto the floor in a sec. Let's talk about our glute med, our stabilizing muscle. I kind of mentioned it during this class today. For a lot of us, me included, it can be really weak, and we get really good at like cheating and using our body and other muscles to turn it basically instead of using our glute medius. That's a muscle that's like, it's a glute muscle that's on the side of your hip, abducts, sorry. And what we want to start with tree pose. And what can happen with tree pose is when we pick up our foot, we collapse into our hips. You see my hip jutted out, and basically we're not using our glute medius. So what you want to do is from here, you want to push down through that right foot. Can you see immediately how my hip bones are nice and square, and my muscle is being, the right muscle is being used. My glute med is now switched on. So throughout this flow, when we're on this foot, think about turning that muscle on. So from the top of your mat, put your hands on your hip bones so you can really get some like feedback whether the right muscle is being used. Inhale the left knee up. Push through that right foot so you shouldn't feel your hips collapsing to the right hand side. Then bring that left heel into the thigh, the shin, or the floor if balance is not your thing today. Bring your hands to heart center. Keep that glute med working. Maybe open up the hands, open up your tree. Breathe. Keep pushing through that right foot. Your body might want to turn it off. Keep checking in, keep pushing down. Then inhale, raise that left knee. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Send those left toes behind you. Keep pushing down through the foot, turning on that glute med muscle. Exhale, dip your left toes down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, your left toes are going to the right now. Your knees are bending into a curtsy squat. Inhale, back up. 2 more times. Exhale, dip behind you. Inhale, up. Exhale to the side. Make sure the glute med is working. Inhale, up. Exhale, behind you. Inhale, up. Last time. Exhale, knee comes behind, curtsy squat. This time, try and sit all the way down without your foot touching the floor until the last moment. Amazing. I'll come to face the camera. So, your left foot is by your right hip, your right foot's all the way on top. If this hurts, straighten this left leg. Bring your right hand behind you, inhale the left arm up. Matsyendrasana, your twist. So as you inhale, you want to find length. As you exhale, hug your navel to the spine, gaze over that right shoulder, twist that tiny bit more. Use your arm against your leg against your arm. One more breath here. Exhale, counter twist to the opposite side. Release the right leg. So your right leg is straight at 45 degrees. Your left foot is in the inside of the thigh. Bring your right arm down to the inside of the right leg and inhale the left arm up and over. The point is not to hold your foot. The point is to really open your side body out to the side and come all the way down. You should feel a really nice stretch all the way through your hip, out through your left fingertips. Keep breathing. Inhale, come all the way up. Your left hand comes down. Your right arm sweeps over and you lift your hips up. Squeeze the bum, stretching now from your right toes all through your right fingers. Exhale, slowly dropping the hips. Bring your feet together now, Baddha Konasana pose. You probably know this well. And typically what we do is we bring our hands to our feet and we pull ourselves into the pose. It's called passive stretching. It's really good for our bodies to also do active stretching. So use our muscles to help us get into a stretch. We won't go as far, but it's really safe. It's a safer way to stretch. So let's try it. Bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, fold from the hips using your core muscles, coming all the way down until you can go no further, and then let the head hang. Let the back run all the way down. Either keep your hands here or bring your fingertips all the way down to the floor. Breathe. Next, inhale, brings you all the way up. Bring your feet flat on the floor. Let's try that mobility one more time. Bring the heels in towards your body, lift the hips. Inhale, push through the feet, come all the way up to stand. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a breath. This time we're moving on to balance on our left leg. So bring your hands to your hips as we did before. Inhale, raise the right knee. Keep pushing through that left foot, making sure that glute med is turned on. Then bring the right foot into the left thigh, shin, or onto the floor. And open out to your tree. Grow long through your spine. Again, this is one of those poses people can think, oh, it's really easy, but work in the pose. Don't make any pose easy. Think about your foundations. Make them really strong. Make sure your core is nice and engaged. Inhale, lift the right knee, bring the hands to heart center as you shoot that right leg back to the back of the room, the back of the mat. Keep pushing that left foot into the mat, the glute med is still working. Exhale, dip the right toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curtsy. Keep the core strong. Inhale, lift. One more time. Exhale, dip. Inhale, lift, then we're coming down to come onto the mat. So curtsy, 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 come all the way down. The right foot's by the left hip this time. Left foot all the way on top. Option to straighten that right leg. Bring your left hand behind you. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, twisting. Find the length in the spine. Hug navel to spine. Gaze over that left shoulder and breathe. Next, exhale, we come all the way around, counter twist. Straighten that left leg this time. Bring that right foot into the left thigh. Flex the left foot, bring the left arm down. Inhale the right arm over, twisting. Stretching the whole side body. Rolling the right shoulder back and open and breathe. Inhale, coming all the way up, plant the right hand behind you. Inhale, lift the hips, left hand comes overhead. Breathe. Exhale, hips come down. One more time, Baddha Konasana pose. Bringing the feet together. Option to use the hands this time to come into it passively if you prefer, or you can bring the hands basket around the head. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Use your core to melt all the way down. Head comes down last. Maybe releasing the hands, maybe keeping them where they are. Keep breathing. Inhale. Coming all the way up. I need to go and grab a block. 1 second. I was not prepared. So, grab a block, grab a book, grab whatever. You can grab a pillow even. What I want you to do is just something that you can squeeze between your thighs. So place the block on the first level or the second level and place it between the thighs. Bring your feet down onto the mat. The closer they are towards you, the harder it is. Squeeze that block like someone's trying to grab it away from you. Round the spine, pull navel to spine, engage the core, lowering down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Keep that block there. Squeeze in between the thighs like someone is trying to steal it and you desperately don't want them to steal it. Bring your feet in towards your body, about hand's distance from you. Then inhale, roll the hips up. Coming into bridge pose. Push the hips up towards the ceiling. Squeeze that block like your life depends on it. Check in with your abdominals, your deep abdominals. Give them a little squeeze. So just in from your hip points about a centimetre. Check that that area is hard. If it's not, then keep pulling navel to spine and turn on those TRA muscles, or TVA muscles, some people call them. Your transverse abdominis. Exhale, slowly release all the way down. We're really going to start to do some more restorative poses now. So take this block either on the first or the second level, keeping the feet where they were before, so a hand's distance from the body. Lift the hips gently and place the block underneath your sacrum. So this is the flat bony part of the bottom of your spine. This shouldn't feel like any effort. This should feel delicious, like such a nice and relaxing posture. There should be no effort. So if there's effort, then bring it down a notch. Or even just come to lie on your back in this position if that feels better. Close your eyes and come back to that breath at the beginning. One of the last opportunities to really slow down, start to absorb our practice, and take some long, deep, nourishing breaths. When you breathe and the breath goes up into your chest, imagine you're looking at yourself with one of those kind of circus mirrors where you can see all the way around your body, and think about moving your ribs not just front ways but to the sides also and to the back. Two more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, melt back down. Inhale. And exhale, melt. And slowly pushing into the feet. Take that block from underneath you. Put it on the lowest setting and keep it underneath the sacrum. Option just to be on the floor for this. We're going to do a modified legs up the wall. So just bring your legs all the way up. Got a gentle engagement in the core. This is nice and restorative still. Your legs don't have to be completely straight. There can be a little bend in them. And if you prefer, just come over to a wall. Take as long as you need. More breaths again here. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, release. Release the toe very slowly with control all the way down to the floor. Release the block. Next to you. One more slightly active way of stretching. Bring the hands out to cactus. Bring your legs up like we did at the start, knees over the hips, shins parallel. And you're going to exhale and bring your knees over towards the right. You're just using your core muscles. Your left hip will lift, that's absolutely fine. And just before your left leg gets to the floor, hover it. And then exhale, release all the way down. Maybe bring the right hand onto the left knee, gaze over that left arm, coming back into that twist. Maybe check in, notice how your body feels different now, how your mind feels. Hopefully they both feel good. Inhale, coming all the way up again, just using your core muscles. Exhale, slowly coming down the opposite side. Use the core, hover the knees, then exhale. exhale, release all the way down. Gaze over the right shoulder and breathe. Inhale, coming all the way up through center. Bring your knees in for one last hug. Take any last pose you feel like you need before coming into Shavasana. Those that are ready, coming down, bringing the heels mat distance apart, the feet hanging out to the sides, your hands coming out from the body, palms facing up, close the eyes. Take a long inhale, and as you exhale, say it out through the mouth. Come back to the breath. This time don't change it, just witness. Witness how your body moves as you breathe, how each breath looks a little bit different. Every time your mind wanders, which it will, bring it back to the present using your breath. And let's end the class today with a short body scan, taking your attention to the tips of the toes, the feet, the ankles. Inhale. And as you exhale, let go. Feel them melt down and release. The calves, the knees, the thighs. Focus on each point. Then again, release them down into the mat. Your pelvis, your belly, your heart. Inhale, think let. And exhale, think go. Your shoulders, chest. As you inhale, they rise. As you exhale, they melt down back to your center. Through each of the arms, the upper arm, the lower arm. Through each of the fingers, bring your attention here. Notice how maybe you can feel a tingling of energy. Let everything go. Let them feel heavy. You couldn't lift them even if you wanted to. And the throat, the jaw. Where can you let go of any tension you do not need? Let that tongue hang heavy. Your cheeks, your nose, your eye sockets. Relax. Feel the melt down. And finally, the third eye, the forehead, the crown of the head. Inhale. And as you exhale, release any tension, let it go. Stay in Shavasana for as long as you need, as long as you have. I really hope you've enjoyed the class today, and I really look forward to practicing with you again soon. Namaste.